Ottoman army took the city, ending a 53-day siege, and the Sultan Mehmed had acquired the natural capital of its kingdom. After the conquest, the last successor state of the Byzantines was Trabzon, that survived on the coast of the Black Sea. The Emperor John knew that his empire would soon share the same fate as Constantinople. One of the first campaigns of Mehmed after the conquest were in the direction of Serbia. In the following months of this campaign, numerous castles were captured, but the unsuccessful siege of Belgrade stopped the Ottoman invasion for a while. While the Ottoman army was away laying siege to Belgrade, a small band of force led by Hızır Pasha assaulted Trabzon, but they couldn't capture the main castle. At the end of the conflict, in return for him freeing the captives he had taken, the Emperor John had to agree to pay the annual tribute. The main reason of that acceptance was that the Emperor didn't have enough of a force to threaten the Ottomans. So he found an ally, and that one was the most powerful rival of the Ottomans, the Akkoyunlu, also known as the White Sheep Turkomans. The Emperor continued the tradition of political marriage by marrying his daughter to ruler of this tribal confederation. Uzun Hasan was his name. Also, Uzun means tall in English. The revenue of the kingdom wasn't enough to meet 3,000 gold pieces, and so Hasan sent an envoy to Mehmed. He was aiming to transfer the tribute of Trabzon from the Ottomans to him. There are two versions in the sources, but we can see that both versions has the same meaning. He told the envoys that it would not be long before they learned what they would expect from him. And in the other one, Mehmed's response was like that. Go in peace now. Next year I will bring these things with me, and I will clear up the debt. In the 1461, besides the Ottoman fleet, Mehmed assembled the army at Bursa. According to one source, the combined force was consisting of 80,000 infantry and 60,000 cavalry. During the march, no one exactly knew Mehmed's intent, but the new Emperor David worried his empire would be his new target. The Sultan led his land troops towards Ankara, and here he sent a message to Sinop to surrender without any resistance, and they accepted it. But now the Sultan had a real problem. Rains fell every day. Beside hunger, harassment of the local people and high mountains were also a big problem. The march was difficult for the men, but anyway they marched in great force and with great effort to Trabzon. Even one of the common soldiers made an attempt on the life of the Grand Vizier, but he couldn't manage to kill him. After continuing his march, the Sultan encountered the mother of Uzun Hasan. She had come to negotiate a treaty of peace between the Sultan and her son. Although Mehmed accepted the offer, refused to include Trabzon as a party to it. Before the main assault, Ottoman fleet had left Sinop and came into sight of Trabzon. No headway was made to breaching the walls. The sailors only set fire to the buildings. The fleet had besieged the walls of Trabzon for 32 days until the Sultan's first army came to the battlefield. The Emperor David had relied on a network of alliances that would provide them with support and manpower when the Ottomans began the siege, but there was no ally. On 15 of August 1461, Roman civilization came to an end. The Emperor David agreed to surrender his capital city on terms. Some of the inhabitants forced to resettle in Constantinople, and some male children became recruits for the Sultan's Janissaries. David and all three of his sons would be executed less than 2 years later for the suspicion of betraying Sultan. When he heard the news, Pope tried to reclaim Trebizond, but no Christian nation had willing to crusade against the Ottomans. Until his death in 1481, Mehmed the Conqueror continued to expand his territories for 20 years.